Hi, I'm Michael Smith for Nevada Trails. Tonight I have a very special show. One of my favorite guests of all time is Melinda Matus is here from the Partnership for Community Resources, and we're going to talk about our annual event, Walk, Jog, and Run. I had to peek because I got it mixed up last year. I think I did run, jog, walk, or run too far and get tired and walk around. I don't know. But I filmed the actual event, and you're seeing it probably in the background soon. A lot of people participated.
We had a tremendous response. When we first thought of the idea of doing this, part of our mission statement is substance abuse prevention and wellness promotion. And so we decided to kick off the summer with a family event that would involve all of the family, and anybody could do it. You could walk, you could run, you could jog, you could bike, whatever you wanted to do.
Well, it was a fun family event. We were talking before the show started that we've done some serious stuff together for shows. Mm-hmm. We did a show on meth, Facing the Dragon, that I just watched recently that was pretty haunting. We did a show on tobacco, and I just saw his face again, and his face is pretty tore up from that disease.
Yes.
And then the Rockwell show, he's tore up from alcohol. And that show's there. And then I think we did something else, but it's just nice that besides teaching kids the evils of all these things, that we can do something fun for the family too.
Well, and that was it, Michael, was just changing it over from a lot of heavy, difficult, emotional stuff that we do with the partnership into something that's just really fun for the family, and it kicks off a summer of good quality time with your family. And so that was really the goal of it. And we thought we'd have 30 people. We were told by Keith Cole from the high school that 30 people would be a huge success. And we ended up having 189 people sign up and 158 or so cross the finish line.
Wow.
Which is awesome. It's really awesome.
Well, I covered it, and there's some pretty fast runners in this field.
Yes. The winning gentleman was out in front by leaps and bounds from everybody else. It was really hard for the Douglas County Sheriff's Office to keep everybody safe because he was so fast that they had to follow him, and the rest of the crowd came behind him.
Well, I was at the parade stand, and he must have had a good 10-second lead on the next three that came behind him.
Oh, yes.
And that's about 4/5 of the race right there. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. But what I really liked about it was a lot of family were together. There was people holding hands, and there was I think a couple people had their babies in the buggies running.
Yes, we had several mothers with their babies, and we actually had a couple people with their dogs, which this year we're kind of saying maybe the dog should stay home because we had so many young people that sometimes kids are scared of animals. And so it was kind of thought that maybe that's not a good idea, but we actually put them at the back of the walk last year, and it worked out fine.
Well,
very friendly dogs.
Everyone pays a registration fee that goes towards getting shirts and things?
To get the shirts, we have a T-shirt that is part of the event, and we have the aid stations, the fruit at the end. We had fruit and bagels and muffins and coffee and all those kinds of things at the end for people to just come into Lampe Park. It's so beautiful by the water, and just sit around and talk and relax and calm down. This year we're going to do a little different because we are going to have a actual awards ceremony.
Excellent.
And part of the awards ceremony is our youth, our students taking on prevention youth that do the prevention education in the schools, actually have created the medal that we will be handing out. So they're all handmade individual medals, stamped in clay from Felix Pottery, one of our partners in town.
All right.
And we've made the medal, and then the kids have put on the string and the beads. So every one of them is unique, individual, and handmade in Gardnerville, Nevada.
Well, fantastic. Well, actually, this whole region has a lot of artists that are just amazing.
Oh, amazing.
Were you able to get any entertainment before the start of the race? I remember we were talking about it last year, but everybody I knew doesn't get up that early.
No, we could not find anybody that was willing to get up before the sun rose, so we did not have entertainment. What we're hoping to do this year, actually, at the end of the race, though, is to have maybe the big screen, have last year's run viewing on the screen, have some loud music going, and just let people just kind of enjoy the event.
Well, that sounds good. You might be able to get a band to show up later in the day.
Maybe. Well, but we were all done about 9:30, 10 o'clock last year. So it was a done deal.
You're supposed to do be where at what time now?
It is starting, the actual 10K will start up at Bentley Parkway and Orchard at 8 o'clock. and the walk will start at Minden Elementary School at 8:15. So there'll be 2 startings, and then the finish, they will come actually down Buckeye, come across Esmeralda, and they will be the starting event of the parade this year. So the runners will start the parade off with the Walk-Jog-Run. As soon as, the large majority of the runners pass, they'll start the parade at 9 o'clock. And they'll just run straight down 395 with clapping and cheering and all the excitement of the people waiting for the parade to start.
Oh, yeah. Well,
which everybody loved.
I've actually been in the parade as a duck, and I could tell you it's exciting just being in the parade itself. But when I was at the parade stand with all the judges, they let me go up there with my camera because I'm a guy who had the camera.
Yeah, you're the guy with the camera.
I was going to say a big shot, but no, I don't get an umbrella. There's an umbrella in the shade. I'm in the sun. But anyways, right where I'm at, I'm right by Sharky's, and there's a lot of people there, and they're applauding. Everyone that ran by got applause from the first one to the last one.
That is awesome.
Because it's it's a gutsy run, a 10K, and
it is.
Most of the people are just appreciative. So if you want to have a lot of people watch you, and you're not shy, and you want to jog with your baby or jog with your husband or take your kids.
We had mothers and daughters. We had fathers and sons. We actually had one gentleman who is working with us this year. He and his wife, his dad passed away the day before the parade.
Oh.
And he ran for his dad, and he had across his T-shirt something to the effect of "For my dad," that he was running for his dad.
Excellent.
And that was wonderful. That was
well,
wonderful.
come to think about it, I do remember seeing a lot of older people running as well.
A lot. We had
that was
age ranges
amazing.
all the way. It was wonderful. It was
Because I was so proud of them, and I'm like, wish I could do that.
Exactly. I wish I would do that.
Well, anyways, I'm just proud of you to set up an event where the families can be together, do a run, and then see the end of the parade at the same time.
That was really our
perfect.
goal, Michael, was actually to bring an event that would allow the people waiting to have something to do. It cheered on all of the event participants tremendously, and then it brought business, in essence, people into the 2030 Club's Carson Valley Days event at the park.
Well, yeah, and you figured 158 people hanging around Lampe Park. That's a lot. Plus, they get a ride too.
That's right. We actually provided rides. We had Enterprise Rent-A-Car had rides, and DART brought their vans and had rides and took people back to Bentley to pick up their cars.
Well, it sounds like it's pretty organized for a second-year event.
Yes. That was our first year.
If my family and friends want to register, how do they get a hold of you?
The best way would be the Partnership of Community Resources, 775-782-8611. Or you can go to the website, which is www.partnership-resource.org.
Now, do you also need any volunteers at this stage in time?
We could use any volunteers, even from people helping us set up at 6 a.m., which is when we will have on-site registration, to participating in our pasta feed the night before and helping serve
I forgot
spaghetti.
about the pasta feed. So if you register, you get to eat spaghetti the night before?
You can choose to. There is a fee. That's our fundraiser. That's our attempt at a fundraiser, is the pasta feed on June 12th, Friday night. Our youth will be serving. They'll also be possibly singing and doing a lot of exciting things while we serve up pasta and garlic bread and green salad. Just a healthy family event. You do not have to be a runner, walker, or jogger to participate. Just it's very nominal. It's less than $10 to participate. We have a family fee as well.
Well, I think I can come and have a pasta feed.
Absolutely.
I love pasta.
Yeah.
And it's at the Douglas High School?
It's at the Douglas High School Commons. We actually have the culinary arts teacher helping us with it. And then our kids will also help with serving.
So we'll just see how good the culinary arts are.
Exactly. Well, they've been doing a lot of things for us, and they're fabulous. They're fabulous.
That one time we did a show at your location, and you gave me the food for the food closet, the leftovers. Mm-hmm. So the partnership even gives leftovers to the food closet, and I think, if I remember, we had 33 pounds of meatballs alone.
We had a huge amount of food.
And I was almost dishonest because it was so good. It was so good at the party. I was being selfish.
I'm sure you could share.
I was like, But anyways, back to the serious stuff for just a second. The same numbers and same websites you can talk to people about the math problems and the alcohol problems and tobacco, and maybe even volunteer or even have your child get involved with the partnership? Or
we have a lot of kids who get involved either through the probation department or other ways, the schools that volunteer their time at the partnership for all kinds of reasons, good, bad, indifferent, it doesn't matter. We love having the kids there, and they help us in so many ways.
Well, the kids I've met have been so unbelievable, the Becky and Amanda, and you're just a big kid at heart too, and your husband's working so hard. It's just and then the young people who cooked all that food.
The rite of passage.
The rite of passage.
Yes, the rite of passage.
I had a chance to talk to a lot of them, and they already have career goals, and they're just kids.
Oh, they're wonderful. They're actually going to help us with our Walk-Jog-Run this year, and we had them come and help us last year, and actually a lot of them ran, and some of them won on their particular section of the run. They actually won, and they were just a tremendous help. The boys cheered everybody on. They helped with the aid station. They ran. They cleaned up. We were still cleaning up at 2 o'clock, and I was bringing things back to the partnership, and here they come in their van with other things that they found, and they worked all day long for us from 6 until at least 2 o'clock. Wonderful group. Rite of passage.
So June 12th at 6 o'clock, I show up at the Douglas High School and then eat food.
Correct, and it'll be the bag pickup for the run as well.
And then June 13th, I show up, say 7-ish at Bentley Park to get ready to run.
Exactly, if you're going to do the 10K.
My family and friends and 10K. I missed what you were saying about the awards. So each, like say, a certain age bracket, does that mean I'd be in brackets for a competition?
Right, we'll have brackets for 10K and 5K, men and women, and then age ranges. So there's actually going to be 84 special medals awarded.
84
medals.
medals.
So it's 3 deep, first, second, and third. It'll be the same beautiful handmade medal, ceramic medal, but we'll put some special beading on it for the first, second, and third place. And then the participation will be for as long as we have them. We've made 250 total. So for the first group that come in that we have medals for, they will all receive one.
Well, heck, if you have one for a Buddha belly with that's no problem. An old dude, I might qualify. I might have a shot here. Yeah. I have a walking stick. I can give it a shot.
There you go. There you go.
Well, anyways, go ahead and give out that number for registration again.
Active.com is also helping us out with the run, so it's active.com, active.com also has us on for registration as well. So you can go on, you can use your credit card however you want to pay for it, and that's really simple. Come into the partnership office, go on our www.partnership-resource.org, or give us a call, 782-8611.
Well, this show is also airing in Reno and Sparks and Carson City and Dayton and South Lake Tahoe area. And so I hope all your runners out there, get out here, get down to the valley and just see what you can do. We're going to make sure everyone knows about the results this year, and hopefully you'll be sitting right here where Melinda is, and we can you can talk the talk, and because you walk the walk. Because
you walk the walk, exactly.
Well, we had when we were behind scenes, you also mentioned something that you just. I hadn't heard about Ben's Bells.
Yes.
I don't mind to do a segue to something different, but it sounded really cool. Could you explain about that?
Oh, it's wonderful. I just happened to be in Tucson visiting my daughter, and I saw this group of young people sitting in front of on a patio outside, and they were painting these little pieces of ceramic. And I thought, what is going on? And I went in and I asked, and it's actually a young woman who lost her son just before his 3rd birthday to croup, and his name was Ben. And they were obviously going through a very, very stressful time in their life, and they felt the need to help people understand that you might be having a great day, but somebody else may not, and to spread kindness. So they've created, it's all volunteer, and they've created this designed bell, and it's called Ben's Bells, and they hang it on his birthday, March 29th, and then again in September. And it can be, you can find it hanging from a fence at the school, you can find it at a bus stop, you can find it on a tree somewhere, all in public areas, and they're called bell hangers. They go out and hang it, and when you find it, it has a little note on it that says, "You've just found a Ben's Bell. Take it. It's yours for the taking. You may know somebody who needs it. You may need it yourself. You can keep it. You can share it, whatever you choose to do. And all it's supposed to do is help you remember to spread kindness every day. Be kind to someone else."
What a simple message and a great idea.
And we're doing that down in Gardnerville. We'll be kicking it off with Felix Pottery right there on 395. They're our partners in it. We hope to have tables out during the summer months on the sidewalk there on 395 and have the community members come, paint these. Lorraine Felix will glaze them, they'll fire them, and then we will have bell hanging. We'll hang them when we have enough. We're hoping that our first hanging event in Gardnerville-Minden area will be in September along with the Tucson group. So
Excellent.
that's our goal.
So I want to order a bell already. I need a lot of bells. I need a lot of people cheering up.
Well, you can't even order them. These are not for purchase. You cannot sell them.
Oh.
They are strictly gifts to you. If you find one, it's your bell for the
Well, I
evening.
wanted to give one
So
away.
it's a community event.
So I have to receive before I can give.
Exactly.
Well, I like that. That's
you
good.
have to receive before you can give.
I like that.
But you can come and you can paint. You can have your family come and paint, help string the Benz bells, and then there'll be special people who go out and hang them. And my daughter actually found one not too long after I was down there, and it hangs in her living room, and she says every day it reminds her to be kind to someone else.
Well, be kind to someone else is a great theme, and I think we can do that. I found it just takes a little bit extra energy to smile.
Yes.
But it does take extra energy.
I don't know, a lot more frown lines if you frown, you know.
But a lot of people don't do that extra energy and just to be nice to each other, and I think that's a great thing.
I agree. I agree. A lot of things can be solved by just somebody, a kind word, a nice smile, happy face.
So be happy, and so Melinda, we're going to go ahead and let you go, and so everybody go to give you a call at
782-8611, Partnership of Community Resources.
Ask for Melinda or her friends.
Or Amanda, and anyone that answers the phone will be happy to help you.
And come down and see us for Walk, Jog, and Run, and you'll be glad you did.
Yes.
Thank you.
Hi, Jesse with Nevada Trails. I appreciate you guys watching the show. Here we are at Fleischmann's Planetarium here in beautiful Reno. It's a beautiful day. And what the heck, man? Let's go on. We got the kids with us today, Ashley and Shayla, and we're going to go inside and have some fun. Hi, we're here inside the planetarium with Mr. Dan Ruby, the director of Fleischmann's? Associate director, okay. We thought the moon would be a great shot, so we figured why not fly to the moon, baby. Let's start a little bit with how Fleischmann's Planetarium got started.
Well, it's named after the same Fleischmanns that the yeast or margarine or any of those things are named after. He was a guy who gave lots of money for lots of things. So the agricultural building, there are a bunch of things on the campus named after Fleischmann. This is one of those things. Planetarium was built in 1963, opened in 1964, so it is really space age. You've seen that on the outside. And interestingly enough, it's a building that originally was built to be solar powered. There's big white and black panels around the front that you can see that used to heat air that flowed through that went to a giant, like 18,000 gallon watering tank that was like a huge swimming pool in the basement. I don't think the system ever quite worked right, but we're in the middle of refurbishing that, and we've got that solar panel outside now, the electric solar panel outside now as well. But neat looking building, long history, and we get about 50,000 people a year, about 15,000 kids on field trips, and still continue to do that.
That's awesome. Tell me a little bit about this exhibit back here, since it's just the moon, I assume. I noticed there's some American flags on there.
Yeah. It's the moon. It's a 6-foot diameter model of the moon, and we got it about the same time as we got the Earth globe. We have American flags marked for where all the Apollo moon landing sites are.
Awesome. That's awesome. So this place was kind of going green before that was the thing to do, huh?
Exactly. Yeah, exactly. And that's why the building is shaped like it is. It's just a giant solar collector.
That's terrific.
Yeah.
It is a really unique building. I mean, you can't miss it when you come to this place. And I advise every viewer out there has got to come and check this out at least once. When I was a kid, I came here on numerous field trips, and I loved it.
Yeah.
I loved it very much. Let's see here. Any plans for the future for this place?
Oh, yeah, we've got lots of things going on. This is the International Year of Astronomy, 2009. It's the 400th anniversary of Galileo using telescopes to look at stuff in the night sky. He was the first guy to do that. So we've got lots of events going on this summer for that and later into the fall for that. I think we're just going to continue with what we have been doing, which is serving the public and getting as many people through here as we can. We've got new equipment, and I think you'll see that in a second. A new digital projector that's really bright and crisp and does all around. It used to be slides that were around the room. Now it's much slicker.
Is it? So
Yeah.
we've changed as we've gone to the digital era. Now, I have to ask you, since you're pretty much the head guy here, I'm wondering what you think. I've been seeing on the History Channel about 2012 and the calendar going. What are your thoughts on that?
Oh, I need to look that up. I think it's all bunk, but I need to look it up so I can figure out exactly. Everything I've heard is incorrect. There's no extra planet that's coming into our solar system. We're not flipping to the other side of the galaxy.
Yeah.
There's everything. The planets are not lining up. So everything I've heard is not going to happen.
Okay, well, that's good news. We might live past 2012.
I'd put my money on it.
Yeah, I agree. I hope so, because I like living. Well, shoot. Okay, well, I guess we'll go ahead and go down to the theater, check out the theater, and we'll see you back here in a second. Thank you very much, Dan.
Thank you very much.
Hi, Jesse is back. We're here inside the planetarium, actually going to look at some pretty cool stuff. This right here is actually a meteorite. Apparently that fell in Texas 30,000 years ago. It weighs about 30 pounds. You can touch it. It's pretty cool. Right here I have Shayla Allgard. How you doing today?
Good.
Just good, or are you doing fantastic? Is this pretty fun?
Yes.
We just watched the show. Did you girls like the show?
Yes, I did.
What was it about?
Animals and their life. And Earth and stuff.
This here is Ashley Allgard, her sister. Say
Okay.
hi.
Hi. And it was like about Earth and the animals and how they migrate and stuff like that.
Did you like the show?
Yes.
Pretty cool?
Yeah.
Okay. What do you guys think of this meteorite? Is that pretty neat? Came all the way from outer space. You guys get to touch it. Is it quite heavy?
Yes. Very.
How's it feel?
Really rigid.
Rigid?
Rocky.
Rocky.
Rocky, yeah. Rocky.
How do you guys feel about holding something that's, older than this planet maybe that landed here?
I don't know.
That's cool. It's pretty neat. This is some of the stuff you're going to see here at the planetarium. Like right here it says 92% iron. No wonder it's so heavy. 7% nickel. Like a nickel. It's pretty neat. And that's just one of the few things. Over here, we have the Quinn Canyon meteorite. It's actually 1 ton, and it's from outer space. It's an extraterrestrial. It's pretty neat how they chop that in half. I can imagine. This thing right here weighs as much as the car, guys. Is that pretty cool? Go ahead. That little thing is 1 ton. Just as much as the car weighs. That's pretty interesting. Rocks from space, they just come falling in here and land in the planet. What do you guys think of that?
That's really cool.
Cool. Cool. All right, cut it.
Okay, I think it's really cool that how these meteors were in space and they came down to Earth, and you don't know what they've been through and all that being in space and stuff. And it's really cool because they're maybe trillions of years old, and they're just really cool artifacts.
These are pretty neat, all these different kinds of meteorites that you could check out. It's pretty informative. What's this? See, this little one's from Texas. We got one in Michigan. Here's from Nevada. What do you think, Shayla?
It's really cool.
A little sawtooth knob meteorite. Pretty bitchin', huh?
We're on the air. Sure.
Yeah.
I just did. Okay, so we're going to go on over here to the next one, and we'll be right back. Okay, so this is one you thought was really cool, right? Okay, go ahead and explain to the viewers what this one's all about.
Okay, so it says right here you're supposed to focus on the center of one of the rings. As the real spots fade, you will only see... After these fade, you will see them go away, and then they'll come back as you're still watching the middle. But you need to keep on focusing on the middle. It's really cool because it dims out, and yeah,
It kind of fades
it has the illusion.
Trips your eyes out a little bit, huh?
Yeah.
Well, let's give that a whirl. Are you supposed to be really close?
No, it doesn't matter.
Okay. How long does it take?
I don't know. Just stare
You.
at the very middle. Stare at the very middle,
Okay.
not the outside.
Oh, wow.
And they're on. Oh,
Wow.
look at that.
What a trip. Watercolor illusion. What's this all about? Let's see here. The stars and clouds are both white, but look purple or orange as the color of the edges bleeds into them. Wow. Okay, what's this one about here? Which is brighter? A and B are always the same. So I guess right here they're talking about how the moon is dark rock but looks bright because the night sky is darker. So it's giving you two different images there. That is a trip. And what do we got over here? What is this thing?
These are other cool illusions where, like, you look at the picture and it's all, like, mixed up and you try to figure it out, and that's a Dalmatian.
Oh, okay. So it's like kind of just.
And this one is a cow. And, like, it's, like, all mixed in together and try to figure it out. It's the cow.
Oh, wow.
And, yeah, it's pretty cool. Because, like, you, like, think it's something else at first, then you see something else, and then you like, see tricks. You have tricks with your... They're playing tricks on your eyes, and, yeah.
So this is kind of showing, I guess, how different ways of viewing things through telescopes and giving you a relative idea on how that works.
Yeah.
That's pretty interesting. And here we are checking out our Earth. It's pretty neat. The detail that they actually did on this is pretty brilliant. Here is America right here. And you can really see the mountain range, the Sierra Nevadas, where we are, is actually the most prominent one here. What do you girls think about this?
This is very cool, I think.
What's so cool about it?
That it's actually our planet and we know what it looks like.
Uh-huh. Look at that. Here comes Hawaii. You see that?
Yes.
I love Hawaii.
Hawaii's awesome.
Yes, it is.
Very awesome.
It is very awesome. What do you think about the colors? What would be the most prominent color about our planet?
Blue.
Blue because of all the water.
Uh-huh. And the majority of our planet is water. So that's, I believe it's 70%, but don't quote me. I should have asked the director that in the interview. But yeah, this is a pretty cool little deal. As we're shifting along here, Hawaii's passed. We'll be coming up to Japan up here. No, Florida's that way. There goes Hawaii. Bye, Hawaii. This is the only way to travel the Earth. You can do it in a matter of 2 minutes. And check it out. Imagine being up in space like this guy is right here and really looking down and seeing the whole Earth doing that. Wouldn't that be a trip?
Yes, it would.
That'd be really cool seeing the Earth rotate.
It would. That'd be an amazing thing to do. Got to have a certain respect for these astronauts. I do believe it's one of the biggest sundials I think I've ever seen. What do you guys think of the sundial?
This is really cool. It's nice and old, and it's not really the same as like all the other sundials that you see all the time.
Like in your garden or something.
This would be something neat to have in the backyard, huh?
Yes.
Yeah.
Be like, what time is it? What time? Can you girls figure out what time it is? Where's that pointing at there, Shay?
It's 3 o'clock. Almost 3 o'clock.
It is 2:08 probably.
2:58?
Yeah.
That sounds about right. We're almost on the 3 o'clock witching hour. So that's been a pretty good experience so far. I do believe we had a good time here at the Planetarium. What'd you girls think of the show?
Oh, it was so cool. I loved it.
Neat, huh?
It was cool how, like, it didn't even look like the dome was, like, circular. It looked like it was just, like, flat. It was cool.
I know I tried to show the public the shots, but it's so dark in there. What can you do? Hope we don't get dive bombed today. Anyway, we've all had a good time here at the Planetarium. I think it's time to wrap up. We're gonna go head to the zoo now.
Woo!
Does that sound like fun too? Yeah. These girls are having a great day in Reno. Just informing the public here on what the Planetarium is all about. I hope I did a halfway decent job for you guys today. If you would like to check it all out on your own, please come down. I mean, they're open, I do believe, every day, it said. I know they open at 10:30. So definitely, if you guys are just cruising around Reno and want to get away from gambling or something for a while, it's just right down Virginia Street here right by the college, just north. In fact, I'm seeing Harrah's back there behind me, or not behind me, in front of me, sorry. So in the most part, it's been a great day. We're going to head to the zoo now and do another show. So we'll see you on the zoo show. Bye.